next question is, describe 3 bedrock principles that are most important to you, which will guide every decision you make in your public life.
Besides everything else, I've actually written a book about the United States Constitution. I've also written a book about the Declaration of Independence. When I look forward to what work I do, I utilize important 55 words from the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. And that is why elections become so important, because if we do not have the consent of the governed, we have nothing else. And in fact, one of the 5 top duties involved in the Illinois Attorney General Act has to do with prosecuting and enforcing election law. And I suggest to you that elections are, in fact, the critical bedrock principle that we're involved in. And if we do not protect elections, nothing else really matters. Everything else is a sham and a show. So a bedrock principle is, in fact, to enforce election law, see to it that we properly determine the consent of the governed as promised by the Declaration of Independence. Thank you very much. Dave Shestokas.
Which way? John will be next.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm all confused.
Yep.
You know, when we talk about bedrock principles and we start reading from the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence, I kind of like that. But, you know, I don't have to go find the book and read from it because it lives on me. If I pull up my sleeves, you'll find we the people and liberty and freedom, because those are the bedrock principles of what makes this country great. When you hear that expression, I don't think of the former President Trump. When I hear "Make America Great Again," you know what makes us great is that the people are in charge. They govern, and politicians listen to us. The last 2 years, I'm telling you, that's been forgotten. We've had legislators, school board members, health department officials try to reign over us like tyrants. The Attorney General's office can and will, if I'm elected, put an end to that. Because if they start trying to act tyrannical again, it won't be like Attorney General Raoul supporting those policies. They will have an enemy in Attorney General's office, and they will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and held accountable. Thank you.
Thank you. I agree with everybody. I think in thinking about this, one very important bedrock principle is, I think, courage and bravery, because you're going to need that to fight these tyrannical Democrats here in Illinois. You're going to need the courage as Attorney General to go after the gangs that are causing all this violence in Illinois. And you're really going to need the courage to go after the corrupt politicians that have been running this state for the past 50 years. And again, I think another very important part that is really missing right now is freedom and fairness and transparency in government. We are free. My father came to this country to be free, not for government to tell him what to do. Government is here to serve. We're not here to serve the government. And so I think it's very important that we are back to where we're at and become free again and be able to make our own decisions, and that parents make the best decisions for their children. Thank you.